Hi everybody, it's Rolex here once again with another stupid idea that I came up with. I look up, at my old build, my old character, and I think like, well, I got 100 level 100 character as well. Wait, what's that? It's an aura stacker that I built in Delirium. Um, so I decide, well, if I can make aura stacker back in the old day, why can't I these days, right? So I decided but not make it just Aura Stacker. Let make it much harder. So I decided to make an Aura Stacker that Aura stacking from level one. I know that level one you can't stack Aura, but you do have Aura at level one, which is Smite. So I decided, well, let's give it a try, and if it's worked, it worked, and I think it's gonna be roughly fine. To leveling with. It turns out to be possible. You can level as a aura stacker from level one. At level eight, you get more, three more auras, I guess. And I will show you how did I manage to get through, the whole game. You need some currency, of course, because aura stacker like requires so much gear, requires so much, cluster jewels and stuff like that, and I haven't regret my tree yet, except for the dexterity note that I picked up. Uh, I leveling this passive, and this is it. Like this is what I've been doing so far for the character, and it turns out to be, well, it's fine, but it's not as strong as before. Of course, before you can get it going much sooner because you can stack heraldry with purple harbinger, and then you just insane, right? You run five herald, and then you be a god, like, well, from the beginning. It's much sooner to start with the Aura Stacker back in the Delirium, but this league, it's just not that easy. So I leveling with this character from level 1. I equip 3 of these gear that has +1 lightning spell gem. So you get your spark, anomalous spark, of course, because this one allow you to pierce. So it's much smoother to leveling with. If you want to do something like this, and then you just use 3 of these, and when you have level 5, you use car reward with the freedom of movement, and don't forget to use onslaught on your main link, because you get onslaught counts as buff, and when you reach level 8 you can use mental flames. This one gives you so much damage early on, and then you can do 3 auras at that point. So at level 8 you will have smite, you have precision, you have clarity, you have vitality, and you will have onslaught on hit against a unique or rare enemy, and on kill as well, because you're using onslaught on your main link. So that's 4 auras already. And then if you have freedom of movement uh, allocated with your anoint, it allow you to gain phasing, and phasing count as buff as well. So you gain an extra damage on top of that, and then you can use smite for an extra aura as well. So you have like 6 7 buffs on you already, so you have so much damage when you equip mental flames. It will carry you on, like, so far maybe up to level 30 or something, and it's the damage would kind of drop off because you can't really run that much aura. And you can decide to use the replica conqueror. What is this? Replica conqueror's efficiency, because it's just give you so much you know mana cost reduction, I guess. So I think I run this like for about 40 or 50 level, and then I start using mana flask because it's just not worth anymore. It doesn't do anything except for the total mana cost, and the aura stacker, it's just really jewel thirsty. You really need jewel for this kind of stuff. I know that this node is not worth anything, but I just picked it up right now because you just want some aura effects. And then you use Axiom, it just give you a percent crit. It's very good. I think I decided to go for Elemental Overload when I reached like level 40 or something, because I look at my crit damage and it was like 150%. It's just not worth anything. So I decided, well, let's just do Elemental Overload because crit chance is not good, and crit damage, crit multiplier, it's also not very good as well. So I decided, well, Elemental Overload might be better because it just gives you flat 40% more damage. Almost all the time actually, because I can use Overstorm with crit chance. So yeah, it's very very not good for leveling, like at least by any stretch. And I stack every single aura that I could possibly stack, while leveling. At level 31, I put on the arrogant support, and I just run three of these aura because I'm still using mantra flames. So I'm using three of these aura still at level 31 with arrogant, and then I can run some wrath with my hero of ice and hero of thunder with a little bit of leftover mana, because at that point I spec in these nodes, so it give you a little bit of mana so I can cast my sparks, and just leveling like that. I spec all of these elements of resistance node because my gear was absolutely dog shit. While leveling, I think I'm using this Dabla while stacking all of the order, and then I use discipline. I have like 700 ES or something at level 31. That was not good because I have no life, and if I got hit by any chaos damage, I just die. Like my character just fall off and just like that. I think I die like a lot too. Um, I died 6 times already for the no Shavron, because like if you get hit by any chaos damage, you just die. And some people think like, well, why you don't use what the thing like the level 17 armor shield, armor base that has like chaos bypass, chaos damage cannot bypass energy shield. That thing, yeah, that thing could work, but I'm not gonna go with like fucking like doing 4 blue sockets and 2 green or some shit. Like that's just impossible for me to go for it, right? So even though it's gonna make it feel better, but it's just not gonna be that much better because I have to color the chest piece. And that's pretty much it how I level. I forgot to put on this belt. When I level, I'm using the replica prism reef because I think I'm gonna be lagging of damage more than survivability, because I don't really care about survivability. I'm playing on softcore. I can die. Sometimes it's get like it's get annoyed because you have to run your aura again. And I'm using Chevron's Gambit. This one gives you an extra, layers of defense because it gives you energy chill, regen per second, right? And the 20% movement speed when on full life doesn't do anything because you're low life. And when you get to level 53, you can use Rainbow Stride. This one is actually really good because at level 53, you can't really run Purity at that level. So you will be struggle with your elemental resistance because you have no gear that has a resistance. I think I used this one at level like 38 or something, the Dark Seer. It's increased your defense by a lot because it has global chance to blind enemy, and also increase energy shield. You get flat energy shield, like at level 50 you get like 50 flat, so that's pretty huge as well. Compared to your aura discipline at level 50, I think it's give like 120 something energy shield. As it's just not, it's comparable like 50 and 128, and you don't really have much aura effect at that point. So you will feel better with your energy shield. And but once you get to level 62, everything would be much smoother. 64, you can run more aura. And when you have Asina's gentle touch, is the game feel pretty better, like pretty much better, because it just allow you to play more aggressively because the monster is just slower and you can kill them and they explode. Sometimes if your damage is little bit higher, Porcupine will still explode because your curse is just not applied because the monsters die before you apply your curse. That's kind of bad. And the shield, just like whatever, I just chuck in, the essence for fire resistance because I, struggle with the fire resistance back in the time. Uh, and the rest of the gear is pretty much just like set for now. And when I have level 67, I can use this boot. So this boot's gonna give me Purity of Lightning, level 25. So I don't need to use Purity of Lightning on my socket. So that's a one socket open for me. I have Jewel that I can grab pretty soon. And then I have Prism Guardian wet for, using at level 68. So I'm gonna run more aura. I'm not gonna swap out for the scepter. What is this, like, nebulous yet, because it's not really giving me much. I have like terrible resistance right now because my aura is not even level 21. So the idea behind this is just like, I just want to level up with like the weird thing that people think like, well, you have to get level 97 or something to be playable. Yes, of course, if you play hardcore, you don't want to level with this character. But if you play it in softcore, you can literally do anything you want. It's not gonna be pleasant. It's not gonna be like a good experience with the like the run, because you have so little life and your energy shield is not leeching. You have no energy shield regen. I'm not even ascended yet, so it's a lot of things that just not coming together, and the build just feel terrible to begin with. But yeah, if you manage to get through it, it's kind of fun, and it's just like you accomplish something. And it's not like you're just leveling with like the god tier ability and then just like swap over to be an aura stacker, right? And these days aura stacker is not, it's not even like the first option if you have your currency to go with, because it's just not doing anything. It's tanky, yes. Aura stacker is tanky, but that's all it has right now. It doesn't really have infinite damage back in the old day. So yeah, it's still viable. It's still good. It still have insane damage. But compared to other thing like Forbidden Right Totem, well, it's not even close, right? So that's the reason why I want to play aura stacking. I just want to level it from level 1 to see if I can, like make it viable at low level. Like the earliest level you can run aura, like being aura stacking. So you can run arrogant at level 31. I think that's the lowest point that you can run aura stack. And it's been okay so far. It's feel much better when once you get your gear, of course, because it's just like, well, it's gear dependent character, right? It's gear dependent build, and that's pretty much it for this part. I hope you guys enjoy, and the next part will probably be like getting into maps and stuff like that. But I haven't really finished Act 9. I probably finish Act 10 today, and then get into map and see how it's go for the early mapping for the early aura stacking character. That's gonna be it, guy, and hope you guys enjoy, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.